Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Blaine and you're watching Flatbroke Outdoors. I am currently in Iowa. I arrived here where I'm at, well, sort of where I'm at, late last night. So let me back up. Those of you who watch Before It's Too Late Outdoor Adventures with Butch know that I was here in the state 2 weeks ago. We did a 4-day camp and it rained the entire time we were here. So we wrapped that up. I went back home to Arkansas, and as I was downloading my video footage onto an SD card, I don't know if I got a bad SD card or what, but anyway, I lost all that video footage. So I called Butch, and he had already released his video. And so if you've watched that, you know I was here, at least in the state. We weren't camped here. So I told him I was coming back through. We'll do it again, and I'll get some better. I'll get some footage this time. But anyway, so I got here kind of late last night, and he was wrapping up a couple of things that he was doing to the van cave, so he wasn't going to be ready to go out last night. So I came on out. Now this spot we camped at together last year, but that was the first time I'd ever been here, and I followed him in here. So I mean, I knew where it was, but I didn't know, because once you get back in here, there's some twisty roads and stuff. But anyway, so I come in here last night. It was about, well, I don't know, I guess probably about 10 o'clock at night, or around there anyway, near as I can figure. But I couldn't, I didn't find this particular spot, which was the one we wanted. And I didn't quite know how to get to it. So I just found a spot, parked my rig, and went to sleep. And I got up this morning about, I don't know, 4:30 or 5, called Butch and explained to him where I was. He said, yeah, that's not the right spot. Just keep going. So I moved the rig over here, and that's that. You know, I'm here now, and I'm not going to set anything up until he gets here, because I ain't quite sure how he's going to want to put his truck and where I want to put my stuff. And you know, to me, it doesn't really matter, but whatever's best going to serve us for sure. So that's kind of where we're at. So I think the weather's supposed to be nice. It's a little cool this morning. I think it's, well, I guess it's not really cool. I got shorts on, but it's a little nippy for sure. But I think it's probably going to warm up some in the daytime here. So all in all, it should be good. And I'm not. We might do 4 or 5 days this time, maybe 6. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. And we may not stay in this one spot either. We may move to a different camp spot, whatever. But the river is right there, and I'll show you all that in just a little bit. For those of you who didn't see it the last time we were camped here last year. But yeah, when he gets here, we'll get things set up and we'll just do what we do. Anyway, I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. Y'all have just been embarrassing. I started scratching around here trying to find something to make coffee with. I found my Fire Maple X2 cooking system. I didn't have a gas bottle. So it turns out I left all my extra small propane bottles and the ones that screw into like jet boils, the smaller bottles. I left all of them in my Jeep, which is at home. So I have none of that. I looked for my French press, my Stanley French press. I'm not quite sure where that is. Couldn't find it. My other French press, the pot and the press is there, but the screen's not in it. So I have no idea where that's at. I was just half stepping. Then I remembered I had this coffee pot in my camping stuff up in the back of that trailer. So I dug it out, cleaned it, finally got some coffee brewing. And it's liable to taste like mud. I don't know. I'm just happy I got some coffee going on. So you see how my morning's going so far. But anyway, we got some good stuff going on. I got a little cook station set up. I've got my power station charging. My generator is over behind my trailer. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not on here. It's a pretty quiet generator. It's a Harbor Freight Predator 2000 inverter generator. You know, I already had the Predator 3500, but it's so heavy. You know, I have really, you know, with a bad shoulder, I struggle getting it loaded in and out of my truck or my trailer or any of that stuff. But that smaller one, you know, I can pick that up with my left hand and just sit it just about anywhere I need to. But anyway, got some power stations charging, got my refrigerator over there running. So, you know, during my EcoFlow is what I was using to run my refrigerator. So it's been running that refrigerator for 2 or 3 days. So it was getting kind of low. And then the Opus power station is the 1024 watt hour power station. That's what I run my CPAP and that kind of stuff with at night. So it was due for a charge. So anyway, I got all that stuff charging up. We're just kind of waiting on Butch to show up. I know he had to run by the parts store this morning, so I don't know what time the parts store opens. It's 7:45 now, so he probably ain't gonna be too much longer. And then we'll get the rest of this stuff set up. But anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know about my coffee situation, that it was looking a little rough at first, but we got it handled. Anyway, I'll get back with y'all directly. All right, everybody. Butch has showed up to camp. He's been here about, I don't know, probably 45 minutes or an hour or something. We just been piddling, getting his big top set up there and drinking a little coffee and shooting the breeze.
Seeing what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
you never know.
We just don't know what's going to happen next. I guess I failed to tell y'all this morning or show you that we were actually camped on the banks of the Wapsipinicon River. I don't know if that sun's going to affect y'all or not, but there's quite a bit of water in the river today.
It is up, and everything's turning green. A lot of difference between this week and last week, really.
Yeah, I think so. Now, there's a trail right here that goes down to the water. And last year when we were camped here, we saw a drunk woman take a head dive down that trail, and her husband was right there.
And didn't move.
He never made a move to help her at all. She dusted herself off and gathered her faculties, and away she went again. But anyway, I don't know what we're going to get into next. We still got a little bit of setting up to do, and you know, we ain't no big hurry. We're going to be here. We're going to be, well, we're going to be here at least till Friday, and then we might make a major move. I don't know, but we're paid up in this spot till Friday.
We'll do something.
What, it $15 a night here?
13, I think, unless they went up for summer.
I think it might have went up.
It may have.
But anyway, we're either paid up or overpaid, whatever. But anyway, until Friday night. So we got to make a decision by Saturday morning whether we're staying here or moving to another spot or what we're going to do. But anyway, that's it. And I'll get back with y'all in a little while. Hey, y'all, welcome back. We haven't been doing a lot, but we did get the living room set up. We got the 55-inch big screen over there. We're catching a little YouTube on. And Butch does have a pole in the water over there. He did get a heck of a good bite earlier, and then it got away from him, and then he got hung up, had to restring his pole up a little bit, and then got hung up again. But he still got it out there. We're hoping to get us a catfish, and we get one, you definitely see a catch and cook here tonight. But anyway, that's all we've been doing. We did eat us a spot of, I had a roll of jalapeno cheese summer sausage and some Ritz crackers, so we've been snacking on that a little bit. We ain't even really thought about what we really wanted to have for lunch, but you know, we're just taking it easy here on this glamping trip. But anyway, I'll get back with y'all in a little while when we get something a little more exciting going on. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'll tell you what, this has been an enjoyable day here in we're right on the banks of the Wapsipinicon River, right outside of Central City, Iowa. Beautiful place. The weather's nice. It's just starting to warm up good. Might even be able to get out of this hoodie for long. But look at this view. It's just beautiful here. And Butch does have a pole in the water over here. I ain't doing too good with fishing right now, but I'm thinking, you know, later on this evening it's going to get pretty good for us. But this is just enjoyable. And we're going to be here for about 5 days, I think. We'll be here through Friday night, so it's going to be a good time. And it is, I don't know, about 1:30ish. We haven't even thought about cooking any lunch yet or making anything for lunch, but we will for long. We've just been over there in our glamping living room watching some YouTube videos, catching up on some that we hadn't been able to watch. But anyway, I just thought I'd give y'all a look at what we get to be by. So it's a beautiful place, and I'll get back with y'all in just a little while. All right, y'all, what we're about to witness here is Butch is getting ready to prepare some dandelions he just picked,
Hello, guys.
cut not long ago. He's going to prepare them and clean them, get ready to fry them. So y'all just kick back and watch.
What I got here is some dandelions, fresh picked, and I don't know if you've ever eaten dandelions, but the key to it is pick the ones on this side of your camper, not the ones on the back side where you pee. But on these dandelions, if you pick the little green leaves off the bottom, they're not as bitter. Well, they're not bitter at all. But if you don't pick these little leaves off, they will have a slight bitter taste, which some people like that, I guess. I shot a video doing this one time before and I lost all the footage. And I'll give you another helpful hint also. Don't pick all the dandelions because that's what the bees, it's one of the earliest sources of food that comes up for bees are the dandelions. So just don't get more than you want to eat. And I probably didn't get enough. But as you'll see, it doesn't look like many in there. But once you batter them and fry them, it's a pretty tasty bite. And there's more to it than what you would think. Which granted, you are getting more batter than anything. But they're tasty. And you can't really describe what they taste like. They don't. A lot of it, they taste like whatever you batter them in. And this time we're using flour. And I thought I'd throw a little bit of baking powder in there. Don't know that it's necessary because I am going to make a beer batter. And the beer acts as a leveling agent and the flour anyway, but I figure it wouldn't hurt. And I was in there scrapping for seasoning, and Blaine over there had some garlic sriracha. So I think we're going to season our breading with this. We'll get us a little bit of oil going in here, get it up about 350 or so. It doesn't take but a second to cook them, and basically all you're looking for is to get the breading brown on the outside or, done. So we'll get back with you when I get through with the hard part. We'll show you what they look like when they're cooking. All right, guys, welcome back. We are getting our oil hot here. And I did something different this time. This time I went ahead and just put them all in there. My plan is to scoop them out one at a time and throw them in. But the thing is, they're not still floured out like they were, but it just turns into a crunchy little bite anyway. So you're going to get the same flavor. You're going to get everything. I believe the last time I did them, I just dipped them down in there and threw them straight in the grease. But we're going to see how these turn out. Ooh, I'd say our grease is ready. Seems like we've had a problem with that today on different pieces of equipment around here.
The wind has been a factor.
But we will overcome. Oh, and I will tell you this. Myself and Flatbroke Outdoors both turned down an offer today you would not believe. They were going to put us in a brand new fire pit, and we turned it down because we didn't want to do the review. We know you guys don't like watching reviews. No, the Parks Department came out here with a brand new fire pit and was going to install it. And it's a handicap fire pit, which I'm not sure what the difference is, but I'm quite sure if you were handicapped, you'd know. But since we had a fire going in this one, they didn't replace it. But they will be back. Well, they asked when we were going to be done camping, and they were going to come back and do it. And I thought that was pretty cool because even the state park I camped in last, the fire pits were just all to pieces. So it's good to see them actually trying to upgrade stuff. And I kind of hate that we were here or had a fire going so they couldn't do it. What do you think, Blaine?
Let me take a peek, see it.
Should I call it?
Oh, they look done to me.
Because, you know, we ain't really cooking nothing but some petals.
Yeah, it can't take long to fry them bad boys.
And I'm thinking that seasoning is going to be the thing.
I'm hoping.
Garlic sriracha. Garlic sriracha. Garlic sriracha. Got to look at all 3 cameras we got going.
You know, they tell us that's key in proper YouTube video making, is you need to have many different camera angles of the same thing, which can be very taxing if you have one camera. But when you have 4 or 5 cameras, you can pretty much get a lot of angles.
Yeah,
if
you can.
want to.
You can do it. And I had a guy tell me, and I know him. He was looking out for my best interest. And he mentioned some other YouTubers. He said, if you change your camera angle about every 15 seconds, for some reason, it'll help your retention. Well, he just don't know. The only retention I have problems with is my memory. No, I'm just kidding. And everybody knows my editing is bad.
Well, I think it takes quite a long time to become comfortable with and to learn. I mean, most editing software, I mean, although it's on the surface is pretty easy, but there's a lot of cool things buried within that software
you can do.
But it just takes time to learn all that stuff.
Well, and my problem, and I got to admit, I'm kind of gun shy because I don't know how many times I've lost footage or lost, you know, an entire video. Yeah. And I keep thinking, just as sure as I try to mess with this track, I'm going to lose it. Well, you watched me do that. You just using what was Windows Editor or something. I was just editing one little track, and I cut it down and saved the piece I was going to throw away, and threw away the good part. But I did find it on my computer when I got back. Apparently, I didn't copy the file. I copied the file instead of replacing it or something. I got lucky is what I did.
Well, I've watched some people on YouTube that have been on YouTube for 10 years or more and still don't have as many editing skills as I have.
Right.
So I don't know if it's
right.
I don't know if it's a make it or break it kind of deal, but obviously you're just going to get better at what you do the longer you do it.
Well, I will tell you this. There's some people I watch, and it's just because the way they edit their videos and the way, you know.
Yep. There's a knack to it. But there's also some people I watch whose video editing skills suck tremendously, but they have such a great attitude and personality.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch them all day long.
That's me. Great attitude and personality.
Yeah, all right. Personality.
All right, Blaine, you want to try one of these so you choke out on camera first? Or
well, I would if I didn't have a mouth full of Copenhagen.
Zinger approved.
Be well, my friends.
They are good. Holy catfish. Man, these are good. They, you do get the garlic sriracha flavor from the breading. And I can't, maybe it is just a light floral taste from the dandelion.
You're getting in touch with your feminine side now when you start tasting light floral.
Man. Next thing you know, I'll be picking out a pattern for the curtains.
All right, folks. You think there wasn't a toenail in that drink, you'd be wrong.
There's what you end up with. And I'll tell you, the seasoning made the breading turn a little darker than normal, but it's not burnt by any means. It's just the color of the batter.
Yeah, that sriracha turned everything kind of orange.
Man. All right, guys, I'm going to cut this off. We're going to eat these for a midday snack, and we'll get back with you.
All right, y'all. We have decided on doing breakfast for supper tonight.
Supper for breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
Breakfast for supper. Depends on how late we stay up.
Works both ways. I've got some butter going on in the skillet over here. I'm gonna do some hash browns and some sausage in this little feller, and Butch is making
Pancakes.
pancakes.
And we're gonna have sausage.
We're gonna have sausage from the local grocery store.
Roy's Hometown Grocery. Give a shout out to Roy.
Yeah, old Roy from the Hometown Grocery in
Shellsburg. Right there in the store.
Shellsburg, Iowa.
Stuff it right up the old sausage station.
It's just the way they do it.
I'll tell you what, it is good. Well, I do know what their recipe is because I bought some of their seasoning from them.
Oh, did you really?
I did. But mine still didn't taste like that.
What I've got going on over here is some Hungry Jack dehydrated hash browns that I have rehydrated. And that's that. So I got them over here doing what they do best. And in this little small skillet over here, I am going to fire up that sausage in just a little while. It's a little bit early for that sausage to go on right now.
Yeah,
but
well, we got to do the hash browns and then everything else.
Yeah, everything else is pretty quick, but hash browns take a minute.
And I'm working with a handicap stove. But I've still got to add water to the pancake mix.
I don't know what Butch will think about this, but these hash browns are going to get some garlic sriracha seasoning. He did that on those dandelions he cooked earlier, and man, was that good. Yeah, I think I'm a fan of them fried dandelions. Pretty good stuff. We'll get a little black pepper in here. Maybe. There we go. Now it's working our way. A little black pepper.
I'm trying to shoot a video. Blaine's over there talking. I don't stand a chance.
Can't get a word in edgewise.
See this whisk in this stainless bowl? That's how you know you're camping with Butch. I got nothing but the best stuff.
The finest.
You might ask yourself why I added
What in the world? That ain't pancake batter, brother. Ooh, you might do something different. What happened over there?
I think my USB pump overdid itself.
I think you've been overserved, as they say.
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a little pancake mix for that. And I'm going to have to turn the water down and all that butter.
Y'all see what I'm working with here? But my doggone registered chef's over here over liquidating the pancakes, and his butter's catching on fire nearly. So,
boy, it is too. When it turns brown, it's done.
That's what they say. Brown butter's good for you.
I'm gonna shut that off because we got a little bit on the hash browns, right?
Oh yeah, we got a ways to go on these hash browns before they're.
Take me a minute to stir some more pancake mix in there.
We're gonna get back with y'all in just a minute. All right, y'all. We about got this horse rode. I got my hash browns all done over here in this skillet. Got my sausages done over here. They just staying warm. And Butch is on his last pancake, I think.
I hope so.
So we are getting ready to put this deal together and sit down and do us some vittles. We ain't hardly, I mean, we snacked a little bit on some summer sausage and whatnot today, but we hadn't sat down to a meal all day. So this is going to be our first. So anyway. Yeah, right. I should have cleaned the carp. Anyway, I'll catch back up with y'all in a little while. Hey, good morning, everybody. It is roughly about 4:30 or so, and it's a pretty nice morning. It's not too chilly. I think it's gonna be a good day. A lot of stars in the sky. Be getting daylight here for too long, I think. I gotta get some coffee stirred up, and then when Butch gets up out of that van cave, we will decide what we're gonna do for breakfast. You never know. And we'll go over there and take a look at his fishing poles and make sure that there ain't a catfish on there waiting to be had. I think he left them out last night. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now, just waiting to see what the day is going to bring. So thanks for still watching. And I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. Y'all, it ain't really cold out here, but it's a little bit cool, and this fire sure feels nice. I really don't have a thermometer handy or a phone to look up the weather handy, but I would guess it to be somewhere in the high 40s, maybe. It might be 50. I don't know. I ain't good at guessing temperature, but I know this fire feels good. I'm not quite ready to start cooking on any breakfast yet. Butch hadn't quite come out of the van cave yet. So it's almost 5:15, so probably won't be long. Birds are singing, squirrels are jumping. It's gonna be one of them good days. All right, y'all. Butch has got him one this morning, finally. Second one of the morning, but this one actually come up on the bank, so we can't really count that first one, but yeah, I don't believe we will. I don't think we're that hungry yet. Two, 2 or 3 more days, we might smoke one of them bad boys. But heck yeah. Hey, today might be the day, man. Might get us a nice channel cat railed up in here. You don't know.
Messing with it or what? But if it's a little bitty catfish just messing with it, I don't want him getting that worm.
Hey y'all, welcome back. You've caught us right about breakfast time. I have got some bacon cooked up over here and frying some potatoes here. Butch is working on some biscuits and some gravy over there at the van cave. And as usual, we will make way more food than we can eat, but we're going to give it a shot. So we've drank enough coffee to float the Titanic already this morning and probably scheming on making some more. But anyway, everything's going good. And I'll get back with y'all in a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back to Flatbroke Outdoors. What we have here today is a Campfires Pro Series model hot water heater. It's a tankless hot water heater. If you've been watching my channel long, you saw me probably 3 or 4 videos. I did an unboxing when I was in Texas, but I had no way to operate it because this is all they sent me, this one piece. So it comes with this, the gas hose, and the shower head. So I had no way to pump the water. So I had to buy this unit, which they do sell on their website. It's just a Campfires water pump, 12 volt. So I finally, I've been for the last couple of months, I've been waiting on an opportunity to do this, and it's always been foul weather, tornadoes, whatever. So finally all the stars have lined up and it's ready to go. So it's a really easy operation. I just have it hanging here on some bungee straps because it's the perfect spot for where I'm at. So I have the gas line running over to just a 20-pound propane tank, like a barbecue grill gas bottle. And then the pump comes over and goes into this 5-gallon water jug. And then the power cord goes over to this power station I have over here. So very simple operation. You just turn the pump on. It's already set. When we set it up, we set the water to where we thought we would want it. So when you turn the water on, the pump or the gas automatically ignites and starts heating the water. So it only takes just a few seconds for it to be the temperature you want. And I'll let you know exactly when it gets to temperature. Right now, it is so warm. I mean, that is beautiful shower water. And the shower head's adjustable. You can turn it on different modes here. But it's got plenty of pressure to take a shower, wash your bike, wash your pet if you have pets with you. Very handy. Now they have a lot of different models, and I'll put a link to their website and their Amazon store and all of that in the description of this video, but this is going to be a great addition to what I'm doing, and I'll show you what led me to believe that I truly needed a water heater while I was camping. Butch, who I'm camping with right now, has a different style water heater, and I'll try to zoom in on it here. Y'all see it hanging there on the back of his van. He's had that for quite some time, and I've had an opportunity to use it on several occasions, and it's very handy. So I knew I needed a water heater of some description. So when Camplux approached me about doing a video on their tankless water heater, I was on board with it 100%. But like I said, I'm glad I finally got an opportunity to get it out and do this video, because this is going to be a longer camping trip. And you know, I don't mind doing a 2-day camping trip without having a nice hot shower, but this is going to be a 5-day, or actually 6 days, 5 nights. So guys got a shower. So this thing is top of the line, I do believe. It just kicks right on. It's flawless. It's already hot. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. And like I said, I'll have all the information about everything Camplux offers in my video description down below. So check it out. Hey, y'all, there's old Butch getting his business set up, because we're about to put some pork steaks on the grill over here. He's got them all seasoned up over, looking good. He's putting some garlic sriracha and sweet smoked rub on there. You can't get much better than that, ladies and gentlemen.
One by Weber, one by Grill Mates.
Heck yeah, it's got to be a match made in heaven. So I'm gonna turn over here. I got this mobile fire pit that Butch has got. I got some mesquite wood going on in there, and that's how we're going to power this operation right there. Hey everybody, welcome back. We have messed around here till it was about 7:45 in the evening. Finally decided it was time to eat. So we have pork steaks with habanero pineapple barbecue sauce, some pepper relish, and fried potatoes with onions and peppers in them. And that is what we will be dining on tonight. And hopefully that will fill the empty spot. But anyway, we will get back with y'all in a little while. Good morning, campers. It is a balmy 52 degrees here in the Hawkeye State. So a little bit of chill in the air, not bad. We didn't have a bad dew last night, so everything's not covered in dew. So that's a plus. We're gonna have a pretty sunrise over the woods there on the other side of the river. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a good day. It's supposed to be around 80 degrees and sunny today, so that's a plus. Get a little sunshine. Is a lot better than the camping trip we had last time, where it rained on us for 4 days. I really don't know what day this is for us here. It is Wednesday, so, and I got here Sunday. So Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday. So the days are ticking. I think we're probably going to wrap this up Saturday morning if everything goes as planned. It's been pretty uneventful. You know, well, not we, but Butch has done a little fishing. Caught a few carp, and one was pretty good sized fish, but it got off right before the bank. And we believe it to have been a catfish because it wasn't fighting too bad. You know, a carp will put up a real good fight. But anyhow, we haven't really decided what to cook for breakfast yet this morning. We're still in the coffee phase. So I guess we're just going to sit around and drink some coffee and talk about what we're going to make for breakfast later. But just thought I'd give y'all a morning update. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It is a little bit later for breakfast this morning because we got sidetracked by the flat tire on my truck. So we had to go through all the digging out the jack and letting the spare down and all of that. But we got that problem cured. We didn't get the other tire fixed. The valve stem went bad. It was leaking from the valve stem. And then we finally got around to putting together some breakfast. I got some hash browns going on here. I got some bratwurst and onions going on over here. I think they're jalapeno cheesy brats and onions. And we're going to take that and some eggs and put everything together with some cheese and make some breakfast burritos. So that's where we're at with that. And now you know what we've been doing all morning, working on my truck. But anyway, we'll bring you back when some groceries are done. All right, everybody, here's what's going to be the burrito ingredients right there. Turned out good, tastes good. Hash browns, smoked sausage with jalapenos and cheese, and then some more cheese and some egg. It should be good. So I'm about to eat this, go into a coma, and I will get back with y'all later. Hey everybody, welcome back. I finally took a shower with the Camplux. It truly worked like they said. Instant hot water. You just power up the pump and then get in the shower, turn the water on, it automatically ignites and the heat gets up just exactly to where you set it. And I got the water flow set pretty efficient. I only used about 2.5 gallons to take a shower, and it was a real shower. Obviously, I didn't waste any time in there, but you know it went all right. I'm very happy with it. I would say, you know, I would probably buy one if they didn't send me one, but I'll put all their information to their website and the link to their Amazon store in the description. And like I said earlier, they do have other models that are better suited for like off-grid camping like I do. But this one, I went the extra mile and made it work for me. And I can't see myself being without it now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next clip. Hey guys, Butch's wife just gave us a heads up on a storm that's headed our way. So we started putting some things away, and all of a sudden, Butch decided we'd start recording some of this and let y'all know what's going on. And quick as he got his camera rolling, a big wind came and huffed everything down, busted one or two of our lanterns, and it got ugly real quick. So we're going to take a few minutes, get all this put together, and I'll get back with y'all.
Hey, this is yours, isn't it?
No, that's yours. Hey, everybody, good morning. I'll tell you what, this is a good morning to have a fire. It's about, I don't know, somewhere in the low 40s with a wind chill in the 30s. Iowa never surprises me. You know, it was about 80 degrees yesterday. Pretty warm. If you got in the sun, it was real warm. But, you know, what do you do? It's that time of year. But it makes you appreciate a good fire, that's for sure. Not too much going on this morning. Still don't have my tire fixed yet. Some guys stopped by here yesterday afternoon on a side-by-side and had, you know, talked to us for a while. So I asked him if there was a good tire shop in town. And he said, yeah. He said, if you want to, throw your tire in the back of my side-by-side, and I'll take it to the tire shop for you, and you can go pick it up tomorrow. Sounded like a good idea to me. So he did that. And I put my spare on yesterday, or me and Butch did, and it looked like it was going to go flat, but this morning when I woke up, it wasn't near about flat yet. So I think we're in pretty good shape. It's been pretty quiet most of the morning. The wind was humming pretty good, and across the river over there, the turkeys were going wild. Turkeys gobbling everywhere. And I think it is turkey season here, but I didn't hear nobody over there shooting them. But anyway, we ain't been up but one pot of coffee so far, so we haven't even thought about cooking no breakfast or none of that stuff. I'm almost tired of eating. Yeah. Need to take a 2 or 3 day break on eating for a while. But
tell them about our delicious supper we had last night.
I did not. I forgot about that. We sat around here talking about what we were going to have for supper and all the options that we currently had. And while we were talking about it, excuse me, I got out a block of pepper jack cheese and some crackers, and we sat over there and just started nibbling on cheese and crackers, and that ended up being what we had for supper. Yeah. But you know, sometimes, you know, when you're camping, you eat a little stuff that you don't normally eat, and then it ends up being you eat too much, a lot of too much. Got 2 people cooking for 5. So, and eating for 10. But anyway, that's about how it's been. This is day number 4, I guess. It's Thursday. I started it on Sunday. Butch came Monday, and I think I'm paid up here through Saturday morning. So I don't know what's going on. I know we got a little while left to stay, and the wood's getting skinny. But really, during the day here, you don't really need much of a fire unless you're trying to cook on it, because it's hot. I think it's not going to be near as hot today. I think it's only going to get to about 68 or 70 probably. We had a threat of some rain yesterday, so we and I think I might have mentioned that in a clip yesterday, but we hustled around here and got everything put away, and the wind picked up quite a bit, but I think we got like one sprinkle. But that's about it. Y'all, Butch is fishing for the elusive walleye. He has captured one already this morning. He actually caught one yesterday, and we didn't keep it, threw it back. But he's been fishing for about, I don't know, about maybe 15 minutes at the most right now. He's got the one, but he is not having much other luck. Oh, you can leave that play. I don't care about copyright strikes. I ain't in it for the money. Hey everybody, welcome back. It is morning of day 6 for me and day 5 for Butch, and we decided it was time to eat. You know, we didn't cook supper last night. We just didn't. We had a big lunch and just could not bring ourselves to cook any supper. So we just sat around the fire and told old war stories and hung out. But today we are going to make a fine breakfast. We're going to have bacon and sausage and biscuits and gravy and chicken eggs and maybe one buzzard egg. And that's about it. Yesterday we had an event that I didn't catch on my camera, but I did catch it on Butch's camera. He was down there fishing, caught him a walleye. And we wasn't quite sure what the length limit was, so he hustled on up here and got a tape measure and went down there. Come to find out, I Googled it, and come to find out it was 12-inch, legal limit to keep. So he went down there and measured it, and it was 13 inches. He still had the stringer in his mouth, and he decided we're going to turn that fish loose. So he put the fish back in the water. The fish swam off with the doggone stringer in his mouth. So that was pretty good. It was bad. So that was a blooper. And you can go over to Butch's channel before it's too late, Outdoor Adventures, if you want to see the actual fish swimming off with his stringer. But I just didn't have my camera set up. But it was a lot of fun.
Hey, welcome back, guys. We are having a banner day here. This is our last day. We're going to go home tomorrow. And I've been dragging all this stuff around to make this recipe, which we've ate about half the ingredients already, so it might be a little shallow in a couple of things. What it is, we got a pound of lean ground beef here, and we thought we would use some venison, but Blaine had that ground beef that really needed to be eaten up. So we're going to use that. And basically what we're doing is making the manwich. Brown the ground beef, add the manwich, stir that up, and drain a can of pinto beans and dump those in there. Mix it all together. Then you top it with tater tots and cheese. Put your lid on it. Put your coals on top, and you let it cook for about 30 minutes. So should be pretty good. I don't know how we can mess it up. All right, guys, we have got our burger brown there. And according to the recipe on the Facebook, and they can't lie, you add 1 can of manwich. Well, the recipe called for homemade sloppy joes, but I don't have all the ingredients to make it homemade. What I do have is a can of manwich in there because I always have one. If you've watched much of the channel, you know I will eat a sloppy joe. Then it says 1 can of pinto beans drained, We did that. Then you got to stir it up. Well, you know, like you would, man, with this, except for the beans. I think that's a filler if you got a house full of kids. No, I don't know. It's probably going to make it good, really. I think that's plenty stirred up. Smooth it out. He didn't really say, but anyway, we're gonna. Then, this is where I might disagree with him, the guy that had the recipe. He said put your cheese down and then put your tater tots on top of it. What do you got any input, Blaine?
I would say the cheese should go on top.
Mold the cheese. I think you're right. And the good part is, even if we mess it up, you can't really tell watching YouTube what it tastes like. I mean, we wouldn't lie to you, though. If it ain't no good, we're going to tell you it's not any good.
You know, I believe all the flavors are there, but my personal opinion, I would like to camouflage tater tots with anything, and since cheese is part of it, might as well camouflage them with that.
Yep. I say we top it with the cheese, and like I said, we ate about half the ingredients and something else. But we're going to make do with what we got. Sanitize for your protection.
That's right.
Yep. It's kind of clumped up in there. I guess if I was in the cooler for a week, I'd be clumped up too. You know, if Clink was around, he'd throw us both in the cooler.
Only because Schultz sees nothing.
Exactly. All right, guys, we're going to... Enough messing around here. This is going to be good enough for who it's for anyway we look at it. And if you look on the internet or consult a professional or anything like that, it's going to tell you how many coals on top, how many on bottom. Well, I didn't really read the internet, so we're just going to put plenty. All we're doing is cooking tater tots and melting cheese.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to get one more shot of the river. This is going to be my last night here. I'll leave sometime tomorrow in the AM. I've got some other things to do, so I figured the river looks really pretty right now. It looks kind of, let's see, there's a little bit of haze in the air, but yeah, that's just kind of the way it is. A little haze over the water, but it's so pretty. I've been here for, let's see, since Sunday, so I've been here 6 days. It's been really quiet around in this particular campground. Right up till today, we've had some people move in right down from us who are not quiet, but anyway, we only got one more night to deal with it, so we'll be both moving on in the morning. So I'll talk to y'all in the morning. I just want to get you a quick shot of that river.